What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Break It Down. You know what it is. We get to speak to some amazing artists, musicians, and talented individuals like my homie Core of VMS. Core, what's going on?
Spit 'em, fork you. I'm feeling good today, man. So fork off.
That's great. Well,
how we doing today, sir?
Mostly everybody who's listening or watching knows who Core is, but rapper, producer, what else, Core? What else?
Entrepreneur. Your next door neighbor's favorite. I got nothing. Shit. I'm just kidding. Man, just a hard worker in general. I love work.
Your favorite neighbor's favorite neighbor?
Sure. No, I like doing, man, I like to, teacher, not yet, would never do it. Nah, construction manager, architecture, engineer, keep them busy, man. Always being creative, so.
Multifaceted, multi-talented. It seems like as we're recording this, things are starting to loosen up around the world. Any Core tours planned?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I got a lot going on that I want to get back to Germany. I have a pretty solid fan base over there, and I have some people that I'm working with. So that's definitely in the works. Same with Switzerland. I lost a bet to Caesar. Shout out to DJ Caesar out in Switzerland, out in Kerr, actually. Kerr and Core. Yeah. So I still got the $20 in my pocket since the pandemic hit. You know what I mean? So we were in
What was the bet?
Well, I drove his car and everyone's like, I bet you're going to get a speeding ticket. I'm like, oh, fuck, come on. So, of course, I'm driving in. I'm going real slow. And I'm like, I'm going 5 over because you know what I mean? Like, I'm just used to that. 5 over is no big deal. But over there, they don't have police officers. They have lights. So if you're just going over, they're going to snap that light and they're going to send you a photo. Hertz already knows me. They're like, oh, you're going to get some speeding tickets? Cool, thanks. So I owe him this $20 right here. So Caesar, if you're listening to this is yours.
That's 20 Swiss francs.
Yeah, it's just $20 at home. It's the conversion rate's pretty similar right now. You know what
I mean? I got a speeding ticket when we were in Switzerland, and I never paid it. Did you pay yours?
No. But I did lose the bet, so technically I'm waiting to pay for it in my friend's pocket.
$20 is probably cheaper than I think the ticket was like $100-something. The one
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, dude. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You get that ticket, it's a ticket, you're paying for it. It's like, oh, you went 10 over. Well, guess what? Your fucking electric bill just went up $100 this month. So you better pay that, or we're not gonna let you drive.
Remember posting it on Instagram and the people, all the heads we know in Switzerland, and I'm like, hey, what's this mean? They're like, oh, you got to pay that. And I'm like, what happens if I don't? And they're like, no, you got to pay it. I'm like,
well,
I'm like 3,000 miles away. I don't know anyone's coming over here. And
was this 2017 during the Pete Rock tour? Posted behind you, Palazzo?
Yes.
Wow, that's right behind your head too.
Yes, it
on
is.
The wall. That's beautiful. That's a great story. Yeah, man, Switzerland's got us. You know what I mean? They got us financially. So, the house always wins. Shout outs to the Tangiers.
Yeah, shout outs to the Tangiers. You were mentioning Germany, so let's get into Rapscallions. This is a track with EMS, produced by Agent Dan, video directed also by Agent Dan. So let's break it down. Tell us how you
First came into okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay, so I'm in Boston. I'm at the plane ride, and Mike, aka M-Dot, sends me an instrumental, and he's like, "This is probably what we're gonna be recording over there." I'm like, "All right, cool." I probably said that in my mind mentally. I really don't get back to a lot of people very fast. You know what I mean? I'm just a mile a minute. My head's going crazy. I need to be in a good place to get back to somebody. To be honest with you, but yeah, so I get on the plane. First place, I get to Amsterdam. I'm a day early. I wanted to, quote unquote, relax. Ironically enough, I chose one of the places in Europe that you don't go to relax. You know what I mean? You go there to have sex with hookers or smoke weed or go sightseeing or fall into the canal, whatever. It doesn't matter. You go there and you get wild. That's the typical idea. or the identity that Amsterdam has. So I get to Amsterdam, I rented a vehicle. I got a Toyota Yaris. Okay. This, if you don't know what that is, it's a very small car. So, and like, even so, like driving through the roads of Amsterdam, they're extremely small. You make one wrong move, or if a motorcycle cuts you off, you're in the canal, and that water is disgusting. It might even be like, somebody in Wuhan fell in there and then went home and got, you don't know. I don't know. But either way, I'm in Amsterdam. I had, we'll fast forward. I had a lovely time. Okay. I was up for 3 hours. I met a bunch of cool people. I smoked a little bit of weed. Next thing you know, it's the fucking morning. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. So I'm laying there in bed. It's very quiet. I look outside. I'm really enjoying, I'm like, oh, this is a good time to write. So I made a coffee and I put the beat on that Mike sent. Finally got back to him. And it was the Rapscallions beat, produced by Agent Dan. Shout outs to Agent Dan out in Mannheim, Germany. And congratulations on having your child, by the way. And shout outs to Helly for delivering that baby. Whee! Anyways, this was before they were even married. Regardless, let's get back to the story. So I'm listening to it, and I started trying to write to it, but I just wasn't there mentally. I was still kind of tired and hungover from the night before. So I go down to the car. I pay my speeding ticket. I'm sorry, parking ticket. I parked in the middle of the road. I think that's what they do out there. But regardless, I had to drive to Ludwigshafen, Germany. So I want to say that was like a 6-7 hour drive. So I get my gas and I'm on the road by myself. This is the first time I'm on the Autobahn highway. So I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? I didn't know what the signs meant, but when you see a sign that has the 3 lines being like, go however the fuck fast you want to, go right ahead. I'm like, this is incredible. So my foot was like beyond the pedal, just having the time of my life, listening to unedited music on the radio, fucking flying. And it was a Yaris, so I was going like 65, just kidding. I was probably doing like 105. It was a blast, man. It was the first time that I've ever driven in Germany on the Autobahn. So it was very cool. Unfortunately for the construction, you can't go too fast the whole way. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stop and go. So, regardless. Anyway, so I'm getting there, and I pull over to a gas station. I fill up, and this car's behind me. I'm like, why are they creeping behind me? This is weird. So I go around. I was going to just park, text the guys, and let them know that I'm close, because they were going to the studio in Ludwigshafen. I was meeting them there. Literally, this is not even 24 hours in Europe. 2 cops came out. They searched my vehicle. They see the Amsterdam plates, of course, and that Amsterdam has the name. So they're like, you mind if we say, yeah, go right ahead. And they got the passport. They're asking me what I'm there for. I'm like, I'm a musician. I'm meeting up with some people. I have some studio work. I'm like, would you like some merch? You want some CDs? I got some core CDs. They're like, no, that's okay. They're like, are you famous? I'm like, well, I want to be. Well, in a way, maybe not like the typical way, but anyways, it was like one of those stories where they were like, yeah, go ahead. This guy doesn't have any drugs. All they saw was, beef jerky and a bunch of fucking beers in the car. Luckily, they weren't open. I found out that you can't drink and drive there.
Can't drink and drive on the Autobahn?
I mean, you could, but just don't get caught. And it was actually the first time I've seen a physical police officer, and it was an undercover vehicle. It was thrown off. I was like, holy shit, these are cops. Wow. I've been to Europe many times, many times, and I've never seen a cop until then. Regardless, it was good. It was no big deal. It wasn't doing anything. They knew it was all good. Anyways, I was like 30 minutes away. I finally get to the studio. They came down. We were in Ludwigshafen. It was S-Classic. Shout out to S-Classic, by the way. We get to his place. It's the first time I'm meeting Asian Dan. Out comes Rat Boy Rev. I'm like, Rev, Reezy. You know what I mean? It was good to see a familiar face when you're over there. So
of course,
big hugs, all love. Yeah. So we get upstairs, and the instrumental's playing. Agent Dan's there. Nice to meet you. It's Classic. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm wild. I'm like a dog when I go and I see people. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm excited. And I'm like, let's do this track. So that's when I started to get it amped up, and I wrote Rapscallions. I just did a quick 8. They wanted me to do the chorus, of course, So a little different, not a lot of singy stuff, but just kind of like a melodic, situation. But yeah, man, that's how it started. Like, so we're talking landed in Amsterdam at 5 p.m., got to Ludwigshafen at 7 p.m. So it was like 24 hours later, the song was written and recorded. And then not even 12 hours after that, the video was already shot. So we sat down as a group, we wrote the song, we edited the song, we had it ready to go for shooting the music video, which was in Heidelberg. Beautiful, beautiful town or village. We'll call it a village, I guess. Whatever. Place. How that beautiful place.
Yeah, look villagey.
Yeah. Heidelberg Castle is a very nice place. They had shops. You could tell there's a lot of wealth in Heidelberg, a lot of industry. So it was nice. You know what I'm saying? So, but we can stop at the studio if you have anything you want to ask. But yeah, man, it was quite the journey from Amsterdam to Germany to get that song written. So,
yeah, I mean the video's super fun. You guys are literally like in the streets. We got a boom box. You know, I mean, Rapscallions. That's the name.
Yeah, man. So
obviously, yeah. You know, a lot of fun. It's you, Rev, and M-Dot.
The great trio, us three. We do very good work.
But you are the three that are on it. The girl who's on the bike in the video, who's that?
That's Helly. Shout out to Helly. That's Asian Dan's wife. I actually went to the wedding. They got married 2019 October. I was very, very lucky to go see them get married, because if there's anything that true love is rare in this world, man, and they have it, and it's beautiful to see that. It gives me hope that there's, I have a great girl, I'm saying, like, but there's hope that real friendship and love can coexist together, and like two people, it's wild. But yeah, so that was Helly. Yeah, the video was crazy, man. So after the studio session, we had a show that night in Ludwigshafen, and it was crazy. Like, it was fucking crazy. So just think about the amount of work that you do when you're on tour. Like, you do a long trip, you get there, you write the track, we ain't fucking with the homies now. Like, do the chorus, do the quick 8-bar thing, wake up in the morning, get into a vehicle, drive to the site, start shooting this video that you just wrote and recorded. Luckily for me, I can remember lyrics very quick. So it's not easy to do that. You know what I mean? And there's a lot in your mind. You have other shows, you have to be in different places. So there's a lot riding on everything, especially when you're in the zone like that. But yeah, the video was crazy, man. I don't know what, like, I was going through a phase, man. I had like the sporter jacket thing going on. Like me and Dot had the jackets, Rev's pants were ripping. Like, it was just like it was a very, very cool day, man, too. Like, we dressed because, it was, I want to say it was March, man. So it's still kind of cold, right? It was one of the nicest days. It was like 60 degrees out. So I'm like, woo, sweating, man, sweating. But yeah, I mean, it's such a cool video. Like, we came up with the scenes on site, you know what I mean? Like I said, we didn't have much time, but we always capitalize, and we always maximize the efforts when we're together, because, like, as EMS, we're scattered all over the place. So when we get together, it's really magical, man. Things happen. It's very nice. Shout outs to M-Dot and Revalation.
Yeah, brothers. Shout outs to EMS. The song is Rapscallions. It's hella fun. You're gonna love it. It's out now, and
it's wild.
Give you a little taste. Here's a clip of the video shot in Heidelberg, Germany. Check it out.
Yeah.
We in Germany. What the fuck are you doing, yo? Blow down buildings, dragging with the fire flow. Flash mob on whips till they're dragging with the tires low. Godzilla from beats to tether the hunt with the spirit of puns. See darts everywhere like you stared at the sun. Man, you tripping fool, thinking we ain't ripping through every beat we listen to. The speakers in the system blew as soon as I started to flow with the heart of a poet. It's part of my code and to shred a beat till there's particles floating.
We done heard many articles noting how we be the dopest, flows be the coldest, so how can you protest? From Mass to across the pond, grab a song, toss them on. The crew strong, cross one, end up with a lost time. Agent Dan on the beat, we slinging the heat. Came through and killed it, now the plan is complete. And we ain't making no peace, we making them bleed. Y'all gazelles to some lines and we waiting to feast.
fucking with the homies now. No rest for the wicked over here now. Yeah, one thing, you ain't fucking with the homies now. No rest for the wicked over here.
All right, that was Rapscallions from EMS. This track features Core, Rev, and M-Dot, and that is produced as well as directed by Agent Dan out in Germany. So
Right.
I asked M-Dot and Rev prior to this recording if they had anything to add. And Mike said, make sure you ask Core about the 3 flights you took and how much luggage you lost on that trip.
Yeah. Typical irresponsible snorage. Yeah. This trip, let me see.
You lost luggage on the Palazzo trip when we went to Switzerland. You lost luggage.
That was my father's bag too. Poor bastard. Fuck. I felt so bad, man. Oh, they found it, but we were racing from an island in Finland all the way to Kerr, Switzerland, which meant taking a boat, taking a bus, getting on a plane, getting into a vehicle, and driving through the beautiful valleys of Switzerland just to get to the show.
Any time at all.
I had no time whatsoever to go get a fucking bag. You know what? It's material things. It's probably better off that I didn't bring that stuff home. But either way, it's all right. Yeah. So that happened. That was 2017 though. So 2000. I'm trying to think. This trip. Did I lose anything? I don't think I did. I might have. I'm trying to think. The end of that.
Well, what's with
trip,
the 3 flights? How many flights did you miss that trip?
Okay. All right. One.
Were you supposed to fly from Amsterdam to Germany, or were
You're right. No, you're right. No. I missed a flight. I flew to Amsterdam. I got off the plane. I took a cab and I went and got a massage. On the outskirts, not the red light district. I got a massage, and then I went back, and then I hopped on a plane to Dublin. I was in Dublin. That's what happened. So the first flight I missed. Yes, wedding when I went out. For Agent Dan's wedding, I got so intoxicated to the point where I was incoherent. I might have been speaking fluent German. Who knows? I was, because it was a wedding, and he married a Russian. Like Heli is from Kazakhstan, and
okay,
they drink vodka. The Russians, they're fucking insane. Like, as far as very nice people, but like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like
they put the Macaulays to shame.
Yes, yeah, man. And these were women that were just, hey, have some schnapps. Like, what? These weren't just bottles. Like, I'm talking, these were 3-liter bottles that were probably bigger than a flower vase outside holding one of those. I don't even know what the fuck they're called, but you get the point. It's crazy. No, I'm just saying, I missed that flight. Look, I could have made it. I found out that it was daylight savings time. So I actually had an hour, but I thought I lost the hour. So I got there, they're like, oh, the flight just left. I'm like, what do you mean? It left an hour ago. And they're like, oh, it's daylight savings time. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I left my luggage on the train, and now I'm freaking out because if you leave a bag somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'm at the kiosk. It was just a bad day, man. See, that's why another reason why the alcohol thing kind of slowed down, because you do a lot of bad things. You start to forget things. You get sloppy. It's not good, man. It's not a good look for me, at least. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't knock it. I love it, but I just, maybe one day I'll be able to have a drink. Who knows? You know what I mean? And not get drunk. How's that? The key is to know your limit and enjoy yourself. That's it.
There you go. Well, hey, you're an entrepreneur now. You've got business to take care of, so
it definitely helps for sure.
Mess around with that stuff so long before it interferes with taking care of business. So
yeah. I lost 45 pounds, man.
Excellent.
Skin feels good. I'm working out again. The music's coming out a lot easier. So, so far so good. I have no complaints. You know what I mean? Like, for anybody out there who's trying to cut back, it's a battle, but it's a battle that you can do. It's very easy. Just be disciplined. That's all. And tell yourself that you love yourself. Honestly, you know what I mean? Just try to see it as a beneficial thing. If it's something that you like to do when you unwind, that's great. Do it. but just know your limit and, be responsible. That's all. Big deal. Little words of wisdom from the courage. Yeah.
Is there a line or a favorite verse from Rapscallions, whether it's yourself or Rev or M-Dot that sticks out to you? What was your favorite part?
Yes. Destroy and conquer, your man's a monster, stepping on these rappers like some toys from top, EMS. Like Mike did such a great that's in the studio into me like that. I'm trying to think of what part of verse that is. It's the second verse, M-Dot's part. Yeah, it's an incredible way to end the track. That's the way we end it, right? Yeah. So he did such a good job of closing it out. The EMS coming in, the hyper show you'll ever witness in person when he goes off and then like kicked in the sternum, puts his foot down. It's such a cool thing. And then we're bobbing out. That personally hits home. Videography, like in a video standpoint, just the way it even smooths, like it worked, man. It was such a cool organic project. So I'm very happy with the outcome. And all the people that I got to meet out in Germany, we still talk to them today. So it was a win-win for everybody, Dope. So awesome. Yeah, dope is a good word for it. Dope. Oh, I knew it. I'm sorry. I apologize before I cut you off.
No, go right ahead.
That was the tour where I left my car in France. The last show was in Lyon, France.
Yeah.
The bartender wanted to go out.
You were supposed to return it to Amsterdam.
Oh, I did. I forgot. I left my vinyl records and a bunch of shit in the fucking trunk like a dumb ass. Oh my God, you're right, dude. I fucking left my vehicle on the side of the road in Lyon, France, and just and flew out of. I flew out of an airport in fucking Switzerland. I went across the border. I wasn't in Geneva, but oh my God, I'm such a moron. Yeah. Another drinking episode, man. Fucking lost the key and that's it. Yeah, that was the same tour. I forgot to. We drove 9 hours to Lyon, France. You're right. Oh, I'm such a dope. Wow. Hey, anyone going on tour, be careful. Drinking and luggage don't mix.
I'm sure on one of the future episodes we can get into some more core stories on the tour.
Of course, man. There's always something.
Core stories. So
I won't let you down.
Never do. So thanks again for breaking it down with us, Core. I loved it.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Always enjoyed talking with you. So anything else you want to add before we wrap it up today?
Nope. If you want to check out our music, guys, you can check out Experimental Mind State on Instagram to try to find some posts. Check out M-Dot Boston. Check out Rev VMS. Check out Core VMS. You'll find Rapscallions on our platforms, YouTube. Check out Agent Dan. Check out Classic Music out in Ludwigshafen in Mannheim, Germany. I think, it's Music Gourmets. You can find their links on our stuff. You can find our stuff on their links and so on and so forth. Yeah, shout outs to Mannheim, Germany. Shout out to the US, baby. And that's it.
And shout outs to the rental car somewhere.
Oh my God, yeah. Shout outs to whoever's driving that poor Toyota Yaris.
Yeah, I wonder if that ever made it back to Amsterdam.
Not my problem. They told me it was going to be 900 euros to return. I'm like, keep it. Basically a down payment to buy the fucking thing.
Yeah, seriously. All right. Well, hey, always enjoyable. When I can laugh and have a good time, it's always fun. So
I hope you feel better, man. I hope you feel better. Laughter is a very beautiful thing. So good for you.
Again, thank you, Core. We'll chop it up again soon. And to all our listeners out there, more episodes to come. See you down the road. Peace.
Peace.
It's Venom. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Break It Down. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. If there's a song or video you want us to break down with an artist, hit us up on social media at Own Lane Music, or hit the artist up directly and mention our show. Maybe we can talk to him. That's it, everyone. Peace out.